Hey everyone, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Gallows and Anderson. Hello.
What's
Hey,
up?
thanks for having us.
Up?
We are excited to be here. We have tried to do this for a while, right? Well,
Yeah.
I think a message was sent when we got, maybe immediately after we got fizz-ired. That's mostly when people want to speak to us after we get canned. That's what
honestly, I made sure to wait about like a week giving it that period because I knew people would be hitting you up like crazy. And I'm like, they've got other shit to think about rather than doing interviews. Right. So I was like, let me just cushion it a little bit.
It's a fun story to hear about how somebody got fired.
Right. Well, luckily on this one, we're not actually going to be talking about that because there are so many other exciting things to dive into. But before we get into those things, how are you guys kind of holding up with the craziness we're all living in, and are you keeping sane over there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, it was a shock at first because I've been on the road literally since 2008, like just nonstop. I've been in Japan since I was with New Japan from 2008 to 2016, and then WWE from 2016 to 2020. And those schedules are both just crazy. And I'm not home often, and it's nice when you're home, but then all of a sudden when you're stuck at home, it's like it's a really big change, man. And especially for the routines that you're in and just used to being, going to the gym, and like this whole world is so crazy, but it's almost opened up a new appreciation for like my family and my kids and my wife, and like maybe learning new things about each other that it's really turned into a positive.
That's fantastic. You've been able to spin it that way for sure.
It really did.
Yeah. Same here. Same deal. Just been on the road forever, from WWE to TNA to New Japan to back to WWE. So it's different. And that's kind of why we wanted to make Talking Shopamania, because the world's crazy right now. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There's social unrest and all this uncomfortable stuff going on for people. So we wanted to kind of give them a minute to smile and have a laugh, especially if they're people who love professional wrestling like we do.
Well, I'm very glad that you happened to bring up Talking Shopamania because I want to dive right into that. This Saturday, August 1st, it is a huge pay-per-view of your very own, and you've called it everything from a parody to an awesome shit show. So you must be absolutely psyched that this whole thing is finally around the corner.
It's just yeah, man. It feels like I just can't believe it's here. I just can't. Ever since since we left the WWE, and then we started playing. Gallows just decided to run this pay-per-view in his backyard, and and me and Rocky Romero were just like, you're crazy. Like this, what are you thinking? Then all of a sudden we start putting our ideas together, and we start laughing, putting this shit together, and we start realizing that this could actually be some funny shit. And then we notice that when we make each other laugh, usually we make other people laugh, and people that are fans of us laugh. And we also think we're the funniest people in the world when we're talking to each other.
Well, yeah, we do think that.
That doesn't always equate. Like
doesn't always resonate. But
doesn't always resonate. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like I remember one time we were sitting in an airport, and we were making each other laugh so hard, and Samoa Joe just got up and goes, "Nah, I'm out." He just left. We're like, "What?" That's a quick sidetrack. Anyway, that's what Talking Shopmania is. It's just us making each other laugh, which in turn we hope makes other people laugh.
I'd imagine that logistically putting a show together like this, especially on a big scale where you can stream it in so many places and watch it in so many different spots, I imagine it could be like a little bit of a logistical nightmare. So did that happen to be the case for you guys, or was it actually pretty smooth sailing?
No pun intended, but it was a huge undertaking. We shot it all here on my property over 2 days. They were 14-hour days, both of them. And then the second was even longer because as soon as we got finished and I was washing dirt off of me from the Boner Yard match, we're sitting in the dining room starting the editing process. So there's so much that goes into producing something like this that even though, we ran wrestling shows before, but never a worldwide pay-per-view event that has to be edited and closed captioned and everything like that. So, logistically, it was a hell of a lot to do. I mean, between Carl, Rocky, myself, we booked all the travel, we did all the budgeting. We were going to self-fund completely, but we ended up procuring a couple of sponsors, a few sponsors, Poor King Good, highspots.com, and prowrestlingtees.com. So big thanks to them. But all that is work, and you got to book talent. And then you have to explain to talent who a lot of these guys we've known and loved for years. And it's not like saying, "Hey, brother, I got this booking for you," and it's this great payday and this great opportunity. It's like, no, we're doing this parody, and it's kind of weird to explain, and it's in my yard, and they're going, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It was actually easy to explain it to our friends like
because
Brian
they already
Myers.
get you guys.
They understand it, but it was, I think when we started trying to explain it to like the guys that we look up to, like the Teddy Longs and the Flock and Chavo Guerrero, they're like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Then,
like, I love him more than anybody in the world, but I still, like, he came here, he shot the thing, he did great, but I still don't know if Robert Gibson knows what it was.
Yeah.
So, and that's awesome, because he told me today on the phone, we were talking real quick, and he goes, "Oh, I love it. I'm proud of you." And I was like, I don't think he knows that it was a big joke. I don't know, because he was just hanging out. He wasn't really watching until it was time for him to do his thing. But that's just an example of like the names we just mentioned, like some really, really awesome cameos, some really cool people came out and stepped out of what they're normally used to doing, maybe even their comfort zones a little bit, to step into our zany, wacky, sometimes comedic world. At least we hope so. So I hope that it comes across the screen, and it's the same way for all the people watching at home.
Oh, definitely. And you mentioned a bunch of names there, and also appearing on the pay-per-view is Sex Ferguson, who's been around for a while, but is really gaining some badass recognition now. I mean, Gallows, he's one hell of an interesting character. So how exactly does one prepare for a boneyard match? I mean, is there anything strategic, or just let us in on that?
Well, you throw an R on the boneyard match, and that's what you get, I guess.
I mean, if you're watch my Instagram this week, we're posting all these videos that we're getting from Sex Ferguson. He's really trying to turn up the brutality to get ready to face his partner of 35 years, Chad Too Bad, who stabbed him in the back, stole all his girlfriends, stole his money, stole his car, everything else. So, I mean, he's a total bastard. So, I mean, one of these two are going to be buried alive, and we're just going to have to see who it is. August 1st, 9 p.m. pay-per-view, iPay-per-view on Fite TV.
Right.
If you don't watch, you can watch the whole pay-per-view but have a beer, smoke some CBD oil, whatever you do to get your mind right, do anything you want to do, or just drink Diet Coke. But like, if you're a fan of us, I think you'll get it, and you'll really enjoy it. If you don't smile at all, like,
there's something wrong with you.
I think so. I think you're not a human being. But also, if you don't smile, maybe you just don't understand our humor at all. But
well, that there's going to be some of that.
There's a good chance of that. But.
Well, next up, I have a little bit of a random one for you guys, and that is how I was curious about how many laptops have you gone through as a result of a night drinking with the boys?
Oh boy. Well,
cool. We've had some real laptop issues, Alicia, over the years. I don't know that we need to get into all of them here, but
here's what you do. You go back through the archives of Talking Shop, our number one, in our mind, number one hit podcast, which is
big hit.
Go back, listen to that, and make sure that you also have a beer or something to be prepared for the stupid shit that we say. And you could probably find out a lot about all the different laptops that we've gone through. We've gone through a lot.
There's been some technical difficulties and some human bodily difficulties over the years.
And if you ever get
the way that it goes
to like Finn Balor, Tom Fale, AJ, they know all about our laptop issues, but we don't need to.
Right. That question actually came from a mutual friend of ours in the club, a Mr. Tomatonga. He wanted me. I was talking with him earlier today, and I was like, "Hey, I'm speaking with a couple buds of yours. You got anything good?" And he was like, "Laptops."
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Leave it to Tama.
That's good stuff. I gotta call him back. I've been so busy. I missed his call like 2 days ago and forgot.
We've been meaning to talk to him a lot, and every time we want to talk to him, Gallows has us on a worldwide media tour right now. So like every time I sit down to do something, I've got another call I've got to take about talking Shopamania. But we're appreciative of this opportunity.
Yeah. I hope that people are appreciative of it once it airs.
What I'm really scared of is that we're already hearing some pre-buys, right? And the number's starting to get a little bit too high, which means I'm afraid that it's going to be successful. And then
You're
it's
going
going
to be forced to
have to be a part two.
Shopamania too. Yes.
I'm like, how is that a negative thing?
It's not a negative. It's not at all. But we when we started talking about this, we were like, yeah, it's awesome. But I was like, oh no, we're going to have to do part two of this. And it's going to be quick because Gallows runs a very tight ship when it comes to running these damn things.
I can imagine.
You have to. There's just too much going on. There's too many people in and out. So, but yeah, it's going to be crazy. There's a social distancing battle royal. There's a segment that was a tribute to the 90s. The Boneyard match, take us out of the equation and add in the cameos alone. And I think that if you're a real wrestling fan, you will smile. Yes.
And I will say we had ourselves a nice COVID station set up. His wife was a nurse and was doing temperature checks, handing out masks. That's amazing. We had hand sanitizer.
Yeah, we had questionnaires. Everybody separated and when they would finish their segments and stuff. So we did the best we could with all of that. But I mean, every time I sit and think about it, I just shake my head. If we do it again, we're going to have to really plan it better.
A couple of our neighbors said they bought it. My neighbor said they bought it, and I was like, "Oh man, thank you for."
You're like, I can never look you in the eyes again.
Yeah, it's gonna really suck when you drive out of the neighborhood on Sunday morning and you have to pass them in the yard.
They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Now, something that's interesting to me is as soon as anybody becomes a free agent, the internet absolutely loves buzzing. They love guessing where you're going to end up. So how was that for you, kind of sitting behind the scenes, seeing all these crazy, dumb, interesting theories that people had, and then in the end, knowing that you were going to appear with Impact?
Well, we were negotiating and putting together deals the entire time. So once that stuff was kind of locked in, I know like over the last week that both of us, and maybe even a little longer before our countdown to Fucktown finished and we made the announcement, we were having a little fun doing a little trolling and putting different pictures up and innuendo and all that kind of stuff. So once we knew what was solid, what was going and what was signed, sealed, and delivered, it kind of became a little bit fun because you got to remember, like, we've never been this busy while being at home. But, like, I felt like I had a real job. Like, we're working on the podcast, our beer, all these appearances, putting together a pay-per-view, hopefully putting together a second pay-per-view, speaking to sponsors, and then negotiating these wrestling contracts. Like, our days were crazy. So it was kind of fun when it got down to the wire to kind of sit back and go, okay, we got some real buzz out of this. And then, you know, obviously the countdown to Fucktown thing worked because Slammiversary was a hit. So we're just trying to carry the momentum now.
It was fun once the line was signed and once it was all over. But like, it's kind of like, you think it sounds fun, but it's really a stressful thing to kind of go through. I remember when last year when our contract was up with WWE in 2019, like we had 8 months of like dancing around, you know, literally dancing and hiding from Triple H and Mark Carrano and writing to our AEW friends and writing to Impact and just thinking about what we're going to do. It was 8 months of stress.
You have to weigh your options and genuinely figure out what's best for you and your families.
And when we realized that Scott D'Amore offered us when Scott D'Amore took care of us and we saw the contract in front of us, it was just like so much weight off the shoulders, and like we knew we could just trust him and just bam.
Yeah, they've been great. Impact's been great with the co-promoting, with the brand awareness, because we want to wear their hat, they want to wear ours. You're watching Impact, they're promoting Talking Shopamania. And then we did have some fun, though, pestering our very good friend Rocky Romero the entire time about our New Japan contracts. So that was a brief fun minute out of the madness.
And you had mentioned Rocky there, and we have, of course, mentioned the Talk and Shop podcast a couple of times because you guys are currently on my show, and you have the worst podcast in the world. So
we sure do, worst podcast ever.
Definitely. So how awesome is it to have a show, a successful show at that, where you can literally just be shooting the shit with some good brothers and just have a good time? I can imagine that, you know, you think of that premise, and you're like, oh, it'd be awesome if this could work, but it actually is working for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun because sometimes we're not in really good moods or something or whatever, and then we know that we have to do like a Talk and Shop episode, and it's like, oh fuck, you know, we have to work, and then like as soon as we see each other and we start bullshitting and talking, and it's like then we start to laugh, and then we get into it. Then it's actually it's fun. It's a good time, And I think that's what, and instead of like having people on and like interviewing them, and because we're not good at that anyway. If you notice, we just talk over people. Like even when you try to ask questions, we just start talking over you instead.
Can't take it. Yeah.
And we feel bad, but we can't help it. Yeah. Like
Hey.
we just love to talk. We have guests on our show, and then we just talk over them the whole time because
they never get to finish their stories.
Yeah, because the show's about us, right? I mean, isn't that what it is?
It's true. They should know that coming onto it.
I can't wait till we get some of these Impact brothers on who I'm watching right now, and they're gonna go, "What the fuck is this? And why did I agree to participate? I don't get to say anything."
It's fun to know that like there's enough people out there that we can make laugh and smile and shit. And I like seeing the reviews when people say they're driving and I don't like to see that they almost crashed, but they're saying like, hey, I almost just crashed my car laughing at what you guys were talking about. And some of those stories could be laptop stories, but I mean, there's like, basically with us, like we're an open book, man. We talk about everything and then nothing's really off. And then that's kind of what I think. I think people like to see the real shit that's going on. And that's literally what we talk about is everything that's going on. If I'm getting yelled at by my wife or if my kids are coming running in, we like to bring that up because it's real shit that people are going through.
I always find that people love when shows are more genuine because you can tell when things are overly produced and thought up. And that's why with my interviews, it's like you go into it with some questions because you obviously have to do your research and know your shit. But at the same time, like just letting them flow and having fun and talking over one another, like it's literally all a part of it and what makes it organic. So I'm so psyched that your fans are seeing that part of it as well and enjoying that aspect.
We're so much better when we're not scripted, rehearsed. You can listen to Talking Shop and realize that you can see the stuff that we're doing and going to be doing on Impact where we don't have a script in front of us and realize that. And, we're just us. We are the Good Brothers. Like we're very transparent. This is exactly who the hell we are. So if you love it, great. If you don't, then, switch to something else. It's just the way that it is.
Or just watch it and go watch it on something else, or just watch it to give us the ratings and then go watch it somewhere else.
And then go.
Yeah. On Shopamania.
Even if you don't, maybe talk your neighbors into buying it and then go and watch ESPN or something, but just buy the shit. That's what we're saying.
It. We need the buy rate, guys. Come on.
Please. Come on.
I mean, one of my favorite things about being a host is definitely having people on, being able to pick brains and just learn about random things I hadn't known before. And I know that you mentioned, having guests on isn't really your strong suit, but if you were to kind of have that dream guest on the show, and it doesn't have to be a wrestler, musician, like anybody, who's just a brain you would love to pick for a while and just kind of shoot the shit with?
I mean, I will say this, Stone Cold Steve Austin does owe us a podcast.
He does. We went to Steve's house and had
such a good time.
Had an amazing time with him, and we were making Steve laugh so hard that he has like the silent laugh, like nothing comes out. He just
like
goes
a wheeze. Yeah.
Like, hold on, is he popping? Like, oh, he's popping. Is he about to throw up because he's laughing so hard? Like, it would be so cool to have Stone Cold on, and I think he will. I mean, we're cool enough. I think that we would, unless there's heat. I don't know. You never know in this world,
right?
But I think we're good. So. We got to hit him up and try to get him on because
absolutely,
I think having Stone Cold on would be number one.
Do it.
Great. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing the episode when it happens, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we've even done Stone Cold's voice to him, and he didn't hate it. So.
Oh, that's good because I've heard him tear apart some people who decide to try to do that. So good on you.
Yeah, go to his podcast sometime and check when the Good Brothers were on. I think he had a good time.
Yeah, we had a pretty good beer-soaked episode with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I really want to say, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedules for coming on here. It was so much fun having you on. I'm just really stoked we were able to make it happen. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Absolutely.
Thank you.
One last time. Everyone buy Talking Shopamania. Please, we need it.
Yes, please.
It's going to be a good time, everybody, a good time. Everybody, this has been the awesome Gallows and Anderson. I am the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Be sure to check out the pay-per-view this Saturday, August 1st, and check out aliciaatout.com for all exclusive interviews and features. We'll see you all next time.